With a world beset with a myriad of crises, the United Nations attempts to mitigate these through the Sustainable Development Goals appears to be failing.
The barriers are plain to see: lack of financing, geopolitical tensions and mistrust, ferocious conflicts, the climate emergency, and a crippling debt crisis that is leaving many countries unable to invest in development progress. And so we don't have a moment to lose. At last year's SDG Summit, I called for a rescue plan. Today, I'm calling on member states to move from words to action.
In another attempt to achieve the 17 sustainable goals by 2030, the United Nations has convened a conference on sustainable development. Over 2 weeks, the conference aims to be a platform to review the 2030 agenda at the global level.
While we cannot ignore the devastating impacts we face, we must also acknowledge a second equally true reality, one of solutions and progress. Change is happening faster than we think, and extraordinary transformations are underway already. We are indeed lagging, yet we must recognize the significant progress made since the inception of the SDGs.
With the world's challenges more intense than ever before, realigning the SDGs has become more urgent. During this conference, several countries reaffirmed their commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals to end poverty, improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth. After being adopted almost 9 years ago, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are far off track from being achieved by 2030. And as diplomats gather here in these hallowed walls in New York, the hope is that these meetings are an opportunity to take stock and set a fresh agenda to ensure the goals are reached within the next 6 years. This conference is the precursor to the Summit of the Future, planned to take place in the fall. It'll bring together global leaders and aims to forge a new international consensus on how to safeguard the world for future generations. Jody Jacobs, CGTN, New York.